The emperor was choosing his empress when he suddenly realized he could see each concubine's final fate. The ones behind him all died in palace struggles. The ones still alive were spies for the empress dowager. Just as he worried over the choice, he noticed a concubine in the corner with a face full of scars. He was shocked to find he could not see her fate. Everyone followed his gaze and jumped in fear. When had the palace gained such an ugly concubine? And no one even knew who she was. Since the harem was filled with countless beauties, the emperor assumed she was someone the empress dowager had appointed. As the concubines mocked her ugliness, they had no idea they were mocking the most divine woman in the world. The woman was actually a phoenix on the verge of ascending. Because royal blood helped her cultivation, she slipped into the harem to train. She needed only one more month before ascending. But that day she heard from a servant that the emperor was choosing an empress. To stay safe until her ascension, she disguised herself and entered the palace. The emperor meanwhile awakened the power of the dragon bloodline the day before. That power gave him the ability to see a person's entire life. He wanted to choose an empress early to calm the empress dowager, but every choice was either ugly dying soon or a planted spy. With no other option, he chose the woman the system suggested. He then checked the noble consort's life. He found she had been a spy placed by his father from the beginning. Half a year after becoming empress, she and his father successfully rebelled. They even brought a plague into the capital, killing countless citizens. The only being capable of saving him was the phoenix, and the phoenix appeared at the residence of the ugly concubine. Realizing none of the other concubines were trustworthy, he ordered them all out. He kept only the ugliest one. The divine woman could not understand, thinking the emperor simply liked ugly women. But the emperor kept her because he wanted to see if she was connected to the phoenix 6 months later. The system warned that her affection for him was too low to view her life, so to raise her affection he sent her jewels and treasures. He even promoted her 3 ranks. He thought this would surely raise her affection, but it still stayed low. The emperor grew more curious. Neither wealth nor status could move this ugly woman, so he asked directly how he could gain her favor. She remembered the servants saying the emperor's bedchamber had the strongest dragon energy. It was perfect for cultivation, so she told him she wished to stay in his chamber for one night. She would be deeply grateful. The emperor thought she desired his beauty and agreed. As expected, her affection rose slightly. He thought he could finally see her life, but the affection instantly dropped again. He then believed winning her favor would require a long effort. Still, he allowed her to stay that night. He expected they would sleep together, but instead he was thrown out. He began to suspect she disliked him entirely. The next day, news of her promotion and staying the night spread across the harem. The princess grew jealous. She wondered if the emperor's taste had changed toward ugliness. She asked her servants to make her makeup ugly. Soon she approached the emperor with pastries. When she lifted her veil, her face was so ugly the emperor nearly gagged. He quickly found an excuse to send her away, but then he was shocked. Her fate suddenly changed to the downfall of the nation. Yesterday it had shown she was merely a source of trouble. He checked her life to find the reason. He discovered the princess had sent people to bully the ugly concubine, which triggered the catastrophe, and the kingdom's fall would happen today. The entire palace would become a living hell. Furious, the emperor almost executed the princess, but he instead threw her into the dungeon. He then rushed to the ugly concubine's palace to ensure her safety. Meanwhile, the divine woman returned to her true appearance. She let her younger sister absorb the essence of sun and moon under the dragon vein. By this pace her sister would hatch in 3 days. Since it was still early, she sent her servant to train. At that moment, a maid sent by the princess slipped quietly into the palace. She discovered the phoenix egg. Curious, she